Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. It is Berkfamily54comics. My name is Steve. Hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful last day of April. Yes, tomorrow it's gonna be May. Hope everyone is doing well. We got our Thursday night chat happening tonight. We're also going to be doing a giveaway. So if you stick around until the end, I will do a randomized list. And one of the people in the chat that stuck around will be able to win some free books. Before we do all of that, I would like to bring in one of my best friends in the comic book community. You know him as Nuexguy. His name is Ryan. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going? I'm just having a good time. Still mostly locked down, still a little bit of quarantine, so plenty of extra time on my hands. So I'm excited to get to virtually escape and talk some comic books.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Dustin from 2BrothersComics should be joining us at any moment. I decided to not waste any time. Oh, speaking of the devil, we got the man, the myth, the sleeveless brother. We got 2BrothersComics. We got Dustin in the house. What's up?
The devil? Come on. What's going on, guys?
How's it going,
maybe
man?
Handsome devil, but
Going the sleeveless gambit. I like it. We all got cool shirts on tonight. I got a Power Rangers affirmative. This is by David Yost.
Yeah.
Makes affirmative clothing wear. We got Ryan in a Hakuna Matata shirt. Show me your Hakuna Matata shirt, Ryan. There it is.
Yeah, Lion King.
Lion King. And then Dustin is in a Gambit sleeveless tank top.
I designed and printed this shirt on my own last year, so that's even cooler.
We got we'll be talking about lots of comics tonight. We'll be hanging out. I do want to say hi to some people in the chat. We got Adrian, the Panda Nace. What's up, brother? I think he actually lives about 2.5 hours away from me, which is crazy. I figured out who he was from Dustin, actually, because he was on one of your live shows one time in the chat. So I started following him, started following me. He also was one of the people that told me about that TMNT, The Last Ronin book is coming out this summer that I did a video on yesterday. So,
yeah, me and him has been talking a good bit lately. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. Dustin, sweet freaking tank top, brother. Warlord, hello. We got Chino Comics and more in the house, which is Chino because we also got Manny. What's up? How's it going, Manny? Let's see. We got 1-2 Comic Top. Dude, you missed out on your giveaway on Discovery Bay Comics earlier today. Let's see. We also got Justin Burke in the house.
My man.
So, yeah, we got some good peeps up in here. I sent the link to your brother as well, Dustin, to see if he wants to join, but I don't think he's going to.
Nah, he got new furniture in today, and I don't know. I haven't spoke to him in probably a week hardly, so he's been super busy. But I know he got new furniture in today. He's trying to get all that straightened out because we're coming down there tomorrow for the weekend. So. Oh,
nice.
We got some cool stuff planned.
I was gonna say, do you guys want to talk about stuff we've been doing lately? We didn't have our show last week. That was my fault. But you guys want to talk about anything that's happening in your life? You said you're going to see your brother this weekend. Ryan, what's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. We are planning probably to go see my parents this weekend, so that'll be our first big trip out in quite some time now, you know. So, but for the most part, we've just been here. A lot of school work and work and everything else.
Beard,
dude. Yeah, I was gonna say I talked to him about the beard right before it came on. That grew quick, man.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started coming on here with you guys, he was like nothing there. Now this dude's got.
Dude, he used to always have the beard, and then he lost all his weight, and then cut it all off, so you could tell that he lost the weight. And now he's growing the hair back. So
that's true.
Dustin, anything else going on with you other than seeing Nick this weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna be going back to Total Nostalgia. We did a video shoot there earlier this year, the greatest toy store on the planet. So we're gonna be talk to those guys. They're gonna let us come in, and I think we're gonna have the whole store to ourselves. So we're gonna do a part 2 and hopefully pick up some cool stuff while we're there. So we're looking forward to that.
You got some new books and things on your wall back there, man. What did you change that up?
I changed it up last week. I figured I've got all these awesome Silver Age Captain America books, so I got a Avengers 4 print to put up there, and my comic shop hooked me up with the first Captain America Funko Pop. So I threw that up there with my Cap 100, 109, and 106, and then still got my Mortal Kombat stuff over here from where I had that set up for the Mortal Kombat Legends review that we did. So
Yep.
I got some more prints and stuff, so I'll probably be changing it up once a month at least or so.
I've changed up my wall just a little bit since I did my video. Put more Turtles books behind me because we're gonna be talking lots of Turtles. Yeah, I see them up there.
What is that? That's a new book beside you?
Oh, this was an A-OK from Comic Books NYC. Check that out, dude.
Oh yeah, I saw you open that up. That's right. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Sick. So I decided.
Yeah, I saw you had that Raphael #1 up there before.
Yeah, Raphael #1's right there.
It's what, like a 9.0?
9.2. I'm gonna
9.2.
So you can, or maybe if I open it up, you'll be able to see it.
That's a hard get on that book. I've got a copy. Mine's raw. It's not a 9.2, but it is signed and sketched by Eastman. But it's definitely not in the 9.2 range. So that's awesome.
No, I'm not giving away a 1 in 3,000 Green Ranger variants. You need to hook me up with that 1 of 2,000 though. I would love that. No, I'm going to be doing a giveaway here at the end of the show for anyone who sticks around. Just going to be giving away just like a mystery box of about 5 comic books. So for anyone who sticks around until the end, I'll go ahead and randomize it, and you guys can win some free stuff. So there's no new comic books outside of a couple DC books that you really can't get unless you're around one of those stores or if you decide to buy it digitally. So tonight we're going to be talking about one specific book that we all read and then a couple other books that all of us have been reading. I'm going to go ahead and go first about the books that I've been reading. And then Ryan can go and then Dustin. So the one book that we're all going to be reviewing tonight is Soul of the Dragon. This is a trade paperback. It was straight to trade paperback. It is a story about Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger, and it's kind of like a futuristic type story about his son. We'll get more into that. But that's one of the things I read. I read that today. I also read Leonardo #1. This is a black and white book, and there's a return of a big character in this book. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I also read Archie Adventure Series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures, which is another first appearance in here. So those are the 3 things I read. Ryan, what did you read?
Yeah, so I read Soul of the Dragon, like you mentioned. I read that whenever it came out, but I haven't touched it since, so it was fun to go back and revisit that story. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I really like the way they mine the universe for some world building with all of that. So that was a really good read. And then I read The Argus. Oh, and I know Ninja Turtles Volume 1 is coming from Dustin. I think I had read that and reviewed that on Instagram maybe back in November, December. So I'm excited to hear what he has to say about that because I still remember that pretty well. And then the new release that I read was Argus. I got that digitally on Comixology, or I think it's called The Argus specifically. And it's kind of a weird read, a little like Indie Drop. So it's a really interesting book, but yeah, I thought it was interesting but strange. So that's what I've been reading most recently. I'm excited to talk about all that stuff.
I was gonna say I'm excited to hear what you say about that. I'm just gonna send to a couple people on the old Instagram that we are live. R&R Comics is always open for us. They've been doing their live sales on Wednesdays and Fridays. I haven't bought anything yet. Well, I did. Okay, I did buy something, but I just bought like $10 or $5 for the $2 round for some other people. So I didn't actually get any books sent to me. I bought it for a couple other people to get them to buy some stuff. Dustin has stepped out. That's all right. Oh, there he is. Kenneth Bird, hello. How are we doing? You want to get right at the end of the show, so stick around if you want to get entered in to win some free stuff. Panda's still here. Hey, Flashpoint, what's up, man? How you doing? So, Dustin, what are you looking around for, man?
I've got that Leonardo one shot. I was just trying to find it, so I kind of flipped through it as you were going because I haven't read it yet. But I've had it for probably 6 months or more. But I can't figure out where I have placed it. I don't know. It's somewhere. But
it's good. It's a good book, man. It really is. Hey, Gretzky, how's it going? I need to buy more rounds. Hey, Mandy, let me know if Ryan has talked to you. Not this Ryan, the other Ryan. So what books did you read, Dustin?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 1 from IDW.
Boom.
I've read all the way to issue number 10, including the Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello one-shots that are included. So
nice.
And it's been fantastic. I really hate that I waited this long to get on it. So
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on that.
Yep.
Good. LOL. Excited for new Turtles. Did you read Soul of the Dragon?
I did digitally. I hate that I do not have. I hate reading digitally so bad, and the fact that I had to read that one digitally hurt my feelings because I have almost bought that trade paperback on multiple occasions, but I ended up putting it back to grab single issues probably. And then whenever I was trying to scrounge around and find it, just because it was something that I was like, hey, I've read so much stuff that I want to read something different. And I couldn't get a hold of it anywhere because everything was closed. So, but I did read it. So I am good to go for that one.
Nice. I'm excited to talk it. We got a couple people that joined in here in the chat as you're talking about what books you read. We got Phil Alien. What's up? 4-way flashers on comics. This might be the first time I've seen you on my chat.
I like that name.
I know, man. A 4-way. Wow. That's impressive. What's that? I can tell a story that my brother got in trouble for in high school. I'll tell you guys a story when we get off here.
Okay.
The story my brother wrote in high school and got in trouble for. Mark Spector Comics, also known as David, which I feel very dumb about until about 2 weeks ago. I did not know this guy's name was not Mark Spector. Mark Spector is actually Moon Knight. He's just a big Moon Knight fan. So his name is Dave. So I felt really dumb. I did
love his icon.
Okay, I can't wait for the 5th MMPR TMNT to drop. Yes, we actually got a list of the drop schedule for Boom Studios. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm just going to go to Ryan Pond's Twitter because I know he posted it on there. He retweeted it at least.
I think that was sometime in June, maybe.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay.
Tori Tate, what's up?
Power Rangers, Boom, schedule, photos. Oh, yeah, well, I can't find it right now. But it's like Go-Go, 2 in a row, like 31 and 32. And then I think we get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT, number 5, and then followed by Power Rangers issue 50. And I think there's a 1-week break in there as well. So, Tori, how's it going, man? Love the Moon Knight. All right. So, let's talk. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this. Soul of the Dragon. This is what we all read this week. And I got this like 2 weeks after it came out. And it's out in December 2018, I want to say. I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019. I want to say 2018.
Yeah, it's been out over a year.
Yeah, and it's really good. It's about Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger, and about his son, and how his son is kind of like an SPD Power Ranger since we're in the future. Hey, Rod, how's it going, brother?
What's up, man?
I think he talked to Chino, but we haven't seen it. Okay. And I read it as soon as I got it, and I've not read it since today. And I think it's amazing. I think they captured JDF's voice really well. I think it captures how he would be if he had a son, because he actually has a daughter. He doesn't have a son, or at least that I know of. He might have a son. Who knows? But I think it's really, really good. Dustin, what did you think? Because Ryan has read it before until today, so you were the only fresh reader on Soul Dragon. What's your initial thoughts on the book?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely liked it. I had no prior knowledge of the was SPD. I guess that was another Rangers franchise at some point, or not franchise. The Power Rangers is the franchise, but a series at some point.
Yep.
So obviously, I fell off on watching the series before that came out, so I wasn't familiar with that at all. But the premise of the story was really cool. I liked how Tommy kind of had this feeling of not being a Ranger and not having that burden anymore. Kind of left him feeling worthless and like he wasn't Tommy Oliver anymore. So kind of him being able to get that last hoorah in. It kind of reminded me of like when you have like these old wrestlers come back and they come back for one final run of excellence and glory before they hang up their boots. So it was basically kind of like that, getting to see him have his one final run and run through his different powers and stuff. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
So SPD is another season. It stands for Space Patrol Delta, which
Okay.
is obviously a futuristic thing. Ryan, what did you think about it as you reread it?
What's up, Cap?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I like that. Like you said, they really capture. Winch, I mean, he was a special consultant. I think this was kind of a story of his own conception, but they definitely capture his voice. Kyle Higgins proves that he can write something unique within the Power Rangers universe, and that's really cool. To me, what I really like, like noir stories and film noir. So for me, this was like just like sly at that. It was just a little shy of being full on like I guess like cyberpunk style, like what's it called, Blade Runner. Like it's not quite Blade Runner, it's not quite film noir, but like it's really close. And I think it's really cool to see that take on the Power Rangers universe, because to me that's kind of when like the Marvel movies and stuff got interesting, was when they started making genre flicks that had superheroes for the characters. That to me is when they really started to nail it. And so to me, if we're gonna talk Power Rangers like for the modern era, that's it. Like do a genre film and put Power Rangers in it. And that's what this felt like to me. Very modern, very up to date.
What I liked about it is how much like original series stuff we got in here. I mean, this was, just like, I don't know, like 4 pages in, we got, him looking at that picture of the original team there. And then on the very next page, we have him as a Green Ranger. And then that beautiful art of the Green Ranger and White Ranger as he's morphing from one to the other, with that white tiger in the background and a green dragon behind him. I thought that was great. The story has him marrying Kat, which was his girlfriend in the series after Kimberly left. She became the new Pink Ranger. And so he ended up marrying her. I want to say she was also the Pink Zeo. Oh, Dustin does not like it.
No. Can I just say, that you hear, I told my wife about this and she explained, they do like the celebrity couples names.
Yep.
And they are Tomcat. I mean, When I read that, it cracked me up. I was like, that's
Yes.
Tomcat.
That's pretty great.
I don't know about you guys, but I caught myself both times that I've read this book, because I've read it twice, when it came out and then today, that the whole time I thought Anara or Anara, this girl with the purple hair.
Yeah, I call her Anara.
I thought the whole time that she was bad and she was just trying to like get on the inside, because they show her the panel before that how they're going after JJ, which is Tommy Oliver's son, and I was like, oh man, she's just a bad person trying to get on the inside, and it ends up not coming to fruition. She's actually a good person who's friends with JJ. So I'm assuming these people here, they're part of the SPD, because JJ quits SPD and goes up. He doesn't quit. He goes undercover, and he's trying to make a deal with all these underlords for this dark crystal power, which I kind of forgot who the big bad was in this. They had me fooled again that it was going to be Rita, and it ended up being Scorpina, and I had totally forgot that Scorpina was one of the bad people in this book. Did they get you guys at all? Did you guys think it was Rita, or did you guys know?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that reveal. Like I was like, oh yeah, it totally makes sense that it would be Rita, you know. So that was completely my expectation.
When I read it, I was kind of like, I don't know. They're really making it out to be like you could tell they wanted it to be kind of like a surprise reveal, and I felt like if it would have been Rita, that would have been too easy. So I was like, if they make it Rita, I'm going to be a little disappointed, but I'm not sure if I think it is. Scorpina was cool. I don't know who I thought would have been better, but I mean, I did think it was cool to use Scorpina, give her some kind of a major role, you know, as a villain in Power, because outside of the first story arc in the Mighty Morphin series, I mean, she really has never had a whole lot of, you know, major story arc, even in the series. I mean, she was here and there, but so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I did have one beef with that though, because like they made her out to be the big bad, but she really wasn't. Like she never did anything.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it came the moment to fight her, then all of a sudden, what's his name shows up and is like, "Oh, you failed at this," and like sucks her off into a portal, and then he fights them, you know, or no, he doesn't even fight them. He just kind of like lets it go. So,
sacrifice.
Yeah, so I thought that was a little bit of weak on the ending, you know, like there was no big fight at the end, there was no showdown. That was kind of disappointing to me.
We talked about how Ryan Higgins is a really good writer, but his endings always lack.
He's the J.J. Abrams of comics.
Right?
Easy.
He sets it up.
I like Kyle Higgins. Easy.
I do like Kyle Higgins more than
I do. He's cool. I like his writing, but this is the second ending I can say I felt really flat.
So I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but when he talked to this SPD guy named Sky is actually the blue SPD Ranger from the SPD series. So that's an interesting, you know, tie-in. I really liked all of the morphine sequences where he uses his power first as the Black Dragon. I want to say Black Dino Thunder Ranger.
Oh yeah, I did like a lot of the morph. Yeah, the pages, the morph splashes. I wish there had been a single page splash for each one.
That would be pretty.
Like, you know, like the right-hand page of every morph sequence could have been, you know, that like a poster, something they could have printed and sold as merchandise, you know.
Yeah.
I liked his son's like original, kind of like it looks like the Green Ranger with being green. He's got like a shield on him. I like that design. And we'll talk about the design at the end because I love the design at the end. But here we got Tommy as shifting into turbo.
This one did feel a little over-designed to me, though, kind of like the ones from the 2017 movie, just like too much going on, you know?
Yeah. I think the art overall is really, really good.
Yeah, the art's really good whenever it's hitting, yeah. Like the design's kind of some hit and miss.
With the helmet being half on here, that just looks sweet.
Yeah.
Look at her face. I mean, that has a lot of stuff going on. I like how it's I don't know. I like it a lot. I think it's really good.
Am I the only one that's not a fan of that Black Ranger suit he has?
I'm not a big fan of the helmets.
That's what I hate. And I don't like all
the Dino
the
Thunder one.
stripes all the way down and up the sides. I wasn't a big fan of that. I don't know. It was just weird to me. I think outside of the white and green, Zeo has always been my favorite looking one. I always thought it was in the comic books anyway. It looks really cool. I actually just ordered from Facebook. Yeah. I mean, it looks so good in the comic books. It looks way better to me than on the show. I actually ordered that Power Rangers Zeo comic book issue #1, and the cover of that with him on the front just looks really good. I really dig that red suit. I don't care for the turbo very much. I thought the helmets were kind of busy on those, but the Zeo stuff was cool. Which
Adrian does not like turbo either. Honestly, turbo is when, like, I don't know if you guys have watched how the toys were made or something. It's a Netflix series.
Yeah,
it talks about how the Power Rangers Turbo series is the one where it started to go downhill because of the cars and also because they made a kid a ranger, which was super stupid.
Yeah.
That kid has grown up and he is a giant dude now. I saw him last year at the
He's
Atlanta.
also a giant douche.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. But he's a big old dude. I was like, whoa, you really grew up, didn't you, kid?
Yeah, and he actually lost a ton of weight in like the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's pretty jacked. I mean,
He's like, he only eats salads and healthy stuff, and he works out all day long and puts it all over his Instagram. So much so that I just had to stop following him because that's all he posted. And he's all about himself, and he was talking crap on the new Rangers and all that, and he's being super rude. And I think he's kind of douchey. Anyways, let's see. Let's get to the end here. This ending where JJ, just Tommy's son, uses the line "back to action," which is what Tommy used in the show, brought in the feels for me, and also SPD and the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin like together. I mean, that's just sick.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah, I did like that one.
And I do like the design overall of Tommy. It definitely looks like how he looks now with the facial hair. They added a little bit more to it to make it look a little bit more, cartoony. But I thought overall it was really well done. It's by Kyle Higgins with a special consultant, Jason David Frank, which is the original Green Ranger. So.
Just saying, Kyle Higgins, if you ever watch this, I am still a fan of yours, and you're welcome on my show anytime.
I'm not a fan. I'm a huge fan. I think him and Perot need to get together because one can rap and the other one can start.
Dude, Ryan Parrott, I've been trying to get him on my channel for 2 months, and he's just been ignoring me. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what else I got to do. I really don't know what else I got to do to get him on here. Because he said he would be on my channel, and then he just ghosted me. You
got to get a Power Ranger suit on a parrot tattooed on your body somewhere, dude.
I don't know if I get 1,000 subscribers, or I just got to get them on the right day. Who knows? I don't know. But I'll keep trying to get the writer of Power Rangers on here sometime. Okay. Yeah. So what are we giving this book?
I think my favorite part of it, and you didn't even mention it, if I can real quick, I know but I really liked because and this was actually one of my favorite story arcs in the series, but Finster, the way they did
Finster, yes,
because and I don't know what it was, but in the original series when they went through Finster and how he became the evil Finster that he is, and you got his origin story, and then what he did in that lockdown town where he was making all of those special putties. He's just always to me been super, super interesting in these series, the way that they write him, because you didn't really get anything on the guy in the series. In the show, he was just the weird old guy that talked funny and made the clay putties and monsters. But I like how they've really been able to give him a backstory and an origin and make him, interesting. And so I thought it was cool the way that they used him in this one as kind of like, at this point, he's a friend and assisting him. And the way that he was killed, and then he created a Finster mold that was able to deliver, like a dying message to Tommy. So I thought that was super cool. That was one of my absolute favorite parts of the book for sure.
So what's really interesting is, like I said, I thought that Inara girl, I thought that she was bad because they went and visited Finster, and then the second time they went to go visit him, he's dead. And I'm like, did she tell someone where he lives? And there was a couple of droplings, and I'm like, this girl is not a good person. It turned out she was. So,
just doesn't trust anybody. Steve said he's been hurt by comics too many times.
And you know what? There's one other thing I want to talk about in this book before we get into how we rate it. So at the very end, he gets help from all his other friends. The only thing I didn't like, they got all these people right here, right? Right? Why is Kat not morphed?
Yeah, I wondered the same thing. I was like, that's really weird that they didn't put her in costume.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, I felt like this was a really good book, but I mean, there were some misses to it. Like I said, the final fight, there was no big showdown, and that was kind of disappointing. I would have liked to have seen Tommy team up with his son and take down somebody.
Yes. One is a green ranger, one is a white ranger.
That seems like the logical payoff there. My other complaint is I think it's just too short. It's how many pages is the story? Like 80, maybe 90?
There's no page number, so I don't know.
I can look on my digital.
Yeah, I think
no way it's even 80. I would say.
Well, my digital copy is 111 pages, but that includes all the like title pages and
it does have
bonus material.
It does have issue 0 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers at the end as well.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like digital 111, that probably like 80 pages of story. I don't know. I wish they would have expanded it out another 20 pages. That way we could have got at least a single page splash of each morph, and then expanded out the story at the end there. Maybe decompress the stuff with Finster a little bit more. I would have liked to see them dig into that side of this little pocket universe they've created right here.
Yeah.
Dig a little bit into the dark side of that a little bit more, and then expand out that final fight and give us some full page splashes. And I think it would have been a much better improved book. Overall, though, it's really solid. I liked it.
And I don't think Kat can morph anymore, can she? I mean, he's the only one with a master morpher, I thought, and everybody else's powers were destroyed at the end of all the series. So maybe that's why that was.
Yeah, that's true. Why he got one and no one else did.
Because he's freaking Tommy Oliver?
I know, but still.
Who else deserves one? Come on.
Well, and Inara seems familiar enough with the technology that like maybe these master morphers do exist, Maybe this is a thing.
And they kept dropping that like topic about how her dad worked on the coins and the morphers. Like I kept thinking there's gonna be something happening here, and that there's all these tie-ins that I felt like could have been tied up with a longer story, like Ryan said. Maybe they're waiting to use it on the sequel. Who knows?
Maybe,
but I do agree with Ryan that a full-page splash of Tommy's son JJ morphing into the Green Ranger versus just all you see is Dragon Zord and then him as a Green Ranger, which the art is insanely beautiful, but a full page of that with the morphing sequence above it or to the side of it would be sick. I did like how he let his son be the Green Ranger at the end. I did like that, but I would have liked to also seen Tommy be the Green Ranger.
Yeah. See, somehow I know they would have to rework it a little bit, the rules of the game here, but somehow they needed the logical payoff to this story was to have Tommy and his son fight side by side.
Yes.
They could have started to take down Scorpina, but she comes back and takes Tommy down or something. It looks like he's on his last leg, and then Homeboy shows up and sucks her into the vortex as a sacrifice. But he shows up too soon, and it kind of ruins the whole like payoff there.
Hold on, someone just sent me something really awesome on the old Instagram. All right, so what are we going to give this book? I'm going to give it a solid 9.1. With a 0.9 I mean, you got to go with the point system. It's got to be. It can't just be an 8. It's gonna be like an 8.1.
9.1 isn't a CGC grade. Just kidding.
Yeah, but have you ever watched Barstool Sports? How they rank the pizzas?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Oh yeah, Manny. Yeah, I just got yours. So I'm gonna give it a solid 9.1. Ryan, Dustin, what are you guys giving it?
I mean, I'm gonna go with like an 8. Like I said, I think it would have been an easy 9 for me if they had just decompressed it a little bit and given it some more room to grow. I thought it was a really great one shot. I thought they did everything right for the most part, but not enough pages and a little weak on the payoff. So,
Okay,
8.1.
8.1. All right, that's a solid score. Dustin for Two Brothers Comics.
So I'm going to go with the same grade as my Iron Fist 14 first appearance of Sabretooth, 8.5. Just because I felt like you got a book, and on the front of it is Tommy Oliver, and you have all of his suits. So you think you're going to get to see, him once more again back in his different suits. And I felt like every time he morphed, it was like, maybe a couple panels or, not even a full page sometimes. And then like it was gone. So I wish they would have, like Ryan said, if it could have been longer and they could have stretched out some of it and compressed some of the other stuff that we didn't necessarily really need as much of. I think it would have definitely hit almost perfect for me. I would have liked to have seen a little more of him fighting in his suits, and instead of just a couple panels here and there. Again, 8.5 for me. Otherwise, it would have been really, really probably like a 9.6. But I did enjoy it though. I definitely will end up buying it, a physical copy, especially since now that I look on Comixology and apparently my digital copy is gone. So that kind of has me really perturbed right now because I spent like $15 on it.
That really blows. So I went 9.1. He went 8.1. You go 8.5. Wow. So Dustin is right in the middle. We're going with a solid B on this book by Kyle Higgins, JDF, among others. I honestly give the art probably a 9. Though the only thing I would have liked from the art would have been better morphing sequences, like Ryan Pond said. So, all right, we're going to start talking now about some of the books we've been reading. Dustin, why don't you go ahead and start talking about TMNT Volume 1. Go ahead and show off that cover again real quick for everyone.
All right, so this is the IDW Collected Edition, the hardcover for TMNT Volume 1. It is a first print with the, I guess, supposed to make it much more valuable if it has the ribbon. So mine has the ribbon. Everybody's been getting a kick out of that, including my brother, who it seems to really bother that I have.
I love that ribbon.
But I love the spine on them. The back cover is nice. The cover art on the front is awesome. The only negative I have, and this is again probably my fault, is the spine is completely trashed from reading it. So I'm gonna have to do some surgery on this thing to hopefully repair the spine. But like I posted on our Instagram, you always want to go watch Jim Mint's video on how to stretch the spine when you get a new hardcover. Had I done that, it may not have torn. But
Power Rangers feed on.
Yeah, we're talking some Power Rangers.
What's up?
My neighbor.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
But yeah, I mean, I really dig it so far. I'm all the way up to issue 10, including all 4 one-shots. So I'm about, I guess, 13 issues in. I have not read much of the original Mirage series, but I do like that this is a little, it's a little, not necessarily that I like it more, but it is a different origin where you have, instead of Master Splinter's master, that he watched, Oroku Yoshi, I think his name was. I know his last name is Yoshi, but he watched him, and that's how he learned. And Yoshi was killed by Oroku Saki, who is the Shredder. And here, it's actually basically the Turtles and Splinter are reincarnations of Yoshi and his children, which was his 4 sons, after he decided to leave Shredder's clan because he did not agree with what they were doing. So the Shredder killed his wife first, and then he captured Yoshi and his sons, chopped all 4 of his sons' heads off right in front of him before he killed him. And basically they were all reincarnated as Splinter and the Turtles. And they ended up being lab experiments. Raphael was lost from the rest of the Turtles for a year. So the first few issues is about them trying to find him, and him and Casey Jones actually end up getting together and busting heads, which is awesome because that's my absolute favorite thing about Turtles is
Who's your favorite turtle?
I'm sorry?
Who's your favorite turtle?
Oh, Raphael. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The guy, any guy with a, I like that he has that, punch first, think later attitude. I don't know. I can relate to his anger issues and stuff like that, I guess. But I mean, Casey Jones is probably my favorite character in the series, bar none. I've always loved him from the movies, the original movie. I don't think that there will ever be anybody play Casey Jones better than that guy. I loved it. And I can't remember his name, but I love the character, the attitude he had, the way he carried himself. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great so far. I'm seeing some new characters that I had not seen before. You've got Old Hob, which is a cat that also got into the mutagen. And so he's the big bad right now. And in issue 9, you get the cameo appearance of the Shredder on the last page. So issue 10 is going to be the first full appearance of the Shredder where he's finally coming into the fold. So it's a really, really good read. It's something that's definitely, I've been reading a little bit every single day as much as I can. And I'm already in search of a first print of volume 2. That is going to be my thing now. I have to have all first prints, and because this one does, I have to have all first prints with the ribbons. So I'm not looking forward to what this is going to cost me.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell everyone I'm going to be doing an unboxing in the next week of some TMNT stuff. You guys already know what it is. I sent it to you guys earlier today. It's along the same lines, and I'm excited to read it. Ryan, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's moving some stuff around. He did. I want to say Ryan said he's also read this, or maybe he's read the current run. I don't know. I don't know what volume they're on for IDW, but Ryan has read the first issue or few.
I think volume 11 is about to be on pre-order or is on pre-order, so they must be on 12 now. But I think he said he read volume 1 at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I had reviewed it. I think it was back around like November, December. I read the first 4 or 5 trades, and so that's 4 issues of trade. So I think I was up to issue like 24.
Okay.
Of the current IDW run. So, and yeah, it's phenomenal stuff. I think what blew me away. Away the most about it is kind of like you were saying, like they had to restart something that they've already done before and like retell it, but without it being old and stale and boring because everybody's already seen it, And they went in with the knowledge, knowing where it all goes, so they could kind of set things up way ahead of time, and it just makes for like a really good read, a very well done series.
And this was put together with Kevin Eastman along with the people at IDW, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So that's exciting.
Yeah, Kevin Eastman's very much involved in every bit of it. Yeah.
And his variants for the individual issues are absolutely some of the best ones in the series. And I've been picking up here and there some issues from this series, not in any particular order. But as I've been reading this, of course, now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got to get, because they show the cover art for each issue in this, I guess you call it a collected edition or whatever. And so as I'm seeing these, like I'm looking them up and putting them on a watch list or a want list or something. But yeah, it's cool to know that even though the story, I'm assuming is different here than the Mirage series. And I may be wrong, but I know that it's different than what we got from the original movie. where we got the origin story of everybody. So, but it's cool to know that he's had a part in this franchise from the beginning, no matter what it's been. And that way that, it kind of feels like it's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it feels like at least it's definitely okayed by him. So
Sorry, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Organic.
It seems so pure, like it's part of the vision.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's got a part in it, then you know that it's not something that's some
Kevin
jackwagon decided to do with his franchise.
Kevin Eastman?
Yeah.
Dude, so speaking of Kevin Eastman, we're going to sidetrack for about 2 minutes here. You guys watched my video, I'm assuming, that I put out yesterday about The Last Ronin. You didn't watch it? My
Just
preview
kidding.
about the TMNT.
I had to watch it, man, because I had to see what you were talking about, because we have that on our list of stuff to talk about Saturday. So I didn't want to I didn't want to steal stuff from you.
Does that not look like it's going to be amazing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. From the time I heard about it back when TMNT 100 came out, I started doing a lot of digging on it. And then me and Adrian, who's in the chat, we've been talking about it all week. I think since last weekend, we've been talking about it on and off. I mean, it looks so awesome. And I see a lot of people that are hating on it though, because well, and I'll tell you why.
Because they want all four turtles, I'm assuming.
I think a lot of people, and I don't know why people are like this, but I think a lot of people have hatred towards Raphael for the same reason they have hatred towards Tommy, where they feel like he's overexposed and always the one that gets the limelight. And it's like, well, he's the best one. So
He's the one that everyone likes. So.
Well, and it's like, so obviously everybody thinks that this is a Raphael story. Once I see, like I was on Kevin Eastman's page today, and or it might have been the other day, he did a live stream. So I was on there, and then I was reading some other stuff on his page where he posted this. And if you go in the comments, people are just, oh my gosh, please don't be another Raphael story. That's all we need is another Raphael story. Blah, blah. And I'm like, man, like all the turtles have gotten the same amount of one shots to my knowledge. So,
well, and also, so I was saying the whole time it was Raphael or Leo, but if you go back through the lore of turtles, because I watched a video today on it, 2 videos actually, about things you don't know about it, and twice it's happened where either he's like had a dream about it or it's actually happened and things change. But Donatello, where Donatello was the only turtle alive and other 3 died. So it's happened multiple times where Donnie was actually the only turtle alive. So it kind of made me think maybe it's Donnie. I don't know. No one knows for sure who it is. We're just guessing it's Raphael or Leo.
And I think I'm with Adrian because Michelangelo was the first turtle.
He was.
So that was one of my first thoughts. I actually have it wrote down in my notes for Saturday night was that while, yeah, Raphael's my favorite, and I could see it making sense because out of all of them, he seems like he's got the most determination and drive. And yeah, Leo does too, but he gets, I don't know. I can see Leo being taken out. I have a hard time seeing Raph being taken out, but I could definitely see it being Mikey because I think he's just, to me, Mikey's always seemed like, Peter and Kevin's baby, that was their first thought. So, starting where it or ending where it started kind of thing, like he says. So I might be on the same page as Adrian. But
be sweet.
Well, and he's the natural, he would be the natural underdog story of this, if you're talking about a situation where there's only one turtle left and things could be quite dire. To put him in that situation makes us believe he would be the underdog. To see him come out on top would be much better feels than any of the other turtles,
That's true, because Leo's the leader. He has all those leadership qualities where he's always going to win. Raphael, you never have to worry about in a fight because he's always willing to fight everyone. Donatello is the smartest. He's always going to come up with a great plan. Mikey is just the fun one. So like Ryan said, he would be kind of like the underdog of all 4 turtles. That's a good thought there, Ryan.
As long as it's not Jenica, I'm good.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's not because Peter Laird is.
I was going to ask if this is in continuity.
No. So basically, like this is something that they basically wrote a script for
30
in
years ago.
87. and it was supposed to be written 30 years in the future, which would put it at 2017, but now they're actually bumping it up to like a 2040. And this is actually supposed to be in continuity with the it's supposed to be in canon with the Mirage series, where Jenica does not exist. So,
and Peter Laird has never liked a female turtle. He didn't like, obviously he didn't like Venus de Milo, which Kevin Eastman did, which is interesting. And I don't know his thoughts on Jenica. I would assume it's not good, but who knows for sure.
Yeah.
Totally agree with Ryan. Okay, Ryan, we've been talking a lot about Turtles, Power Rangers. Your turn to talk about the Argus. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. So the Argus, I don't know. I was just looking at stuff that's come out recently, and that was one of the first things that caught my eye. It's a time travel story. It's an indie book. It's and this particular one that I read, it's the first 4 issues. So it's kind of a collected story, you know. And so it's basically, I don't know, it's pretty like cinema essential time travel. You know, this guy basically invents time travel, and whenever he creates time travel, it also creates the multiverse. And whenever it creates a multiverse, one of them decides, you know, I'm gonna take out all the others and be more powerful than anybody else or whatever, you know. So you got Lord Draken, the One, whatever you want to look at, you know, it's pretty like basic stuff. And the first issue is pretty much all them explaining how it follows the same rules we all know for time travel movies. And it's done in a very like exposition dump kind of way. And so that one didn't really catch me, but then you get into like the second and third issues, and it gets a lot better. You know, once they get past laying all the groundwork and the rules, then you get into him moving through time and fighting himself. And while there's some really cool elements to the artwork, overall it doesn't really convey the story. There's not a lot of strong visual storytelling. So overall, the book turns out to not be one of my favorites I've ever read. I would suggest it for people that really like time travel stuff, time police kind of things, you know, stuff like that. I think it would be interesting to people, but the artwork is kind of rough, and so it made it a little, you know, difficult to get through at parts. Ultimately, it comes down to fighting himself, though, and being told that, you know, it's like the whole Matrix thing. You find out that like what you thought was the truth is now turning out all to be lies, and the good guys are the bad guys are the good guys, and it gets reduced down to never really fabricating anything for what the conflict is. Why did the guy decide he's going to break the rules and go and take out all the others? Because he accidentally got caught in a time stream and saw all of time at once, and it drove him insane. So now you just got one crazy guy chasing a bunch of other guys.
Did you read issue 3 that just came out?
Issue 3 of the Argus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the first 4.
Okay. It says issue 4 doesn't come out until next month.
Oh, no, I read a collected trade of it.
Weird.
Yeah, it was 4 issues.
Because I'm looking on leagueofcomicgeeks.com, it says issue 4 is May 27th. Weird. Interesting. Nice.
Yeah.
Lots of time travel. I like time travel. Obviously, I like the Flash. So
yeah, that's another one. I mean, it borrows the same rules that you see for everything. It spends way too much time explaining those rules. It should have said like, "This is the one difference," and we jump in and go. You know.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. You're a big fan of those indie comics. Big fan.
Yeah.
What were the other 2 that you and Dustin were talking about? Something's Killing the Children, and Folk Lords?
And Once in Future.
Yeah.
And Once in Future. Those are So they were selling sets of those over at Chino Comics and More last night on their YouTube channel. I didn't know that they were selling sets of them, and they were going for a pretty penny, you know.
Oh yeah, I know that Once in Future #1. It's kind of died down a little bit now, but at one point it was going for a good bit, and so was Something's Killing the Children issue #1. But yeah, it's a great series for sure. And now's a great time to catch up on them because both of them just started new story arcs. So catch up now while you can, folks, so you can be ready to get after it when they come back.
Southern Comic Geek.
How about also Undiscovered Country? I don't know if you ever checked that one out, but that's a trip, especially based on where we're at now. Like, oh my God, it trips me out how accurate that book was back in November.
How does Two Brothers Comics pass me up already on the YouTube? I've been doing it for a year and a half. These guys did it for 6 months. Now I'm happy for you guys.
They've got twice as much manpower on it.
Twice as much manpower. That is correct. Way better giveaways.
I got a secret weapon in the machine of my little brother.
So, Southern Comic Geek has a question. Is it morphin time? Well,
we have power down.
It's always morphin time, brother. I wanted to start basket full of heads, says Adrian. Okay, really quickly, I'm going to talk.
Fantastic series, Adrian. Sorry, Burke, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Good, man. I'm going to talk a little bit of Ninja Turtles. I'm going to run across the street real quick and let you guys talk for a minute or so, and then we'll do the giveaway for those people that are still hanging out. Unless you guys have other comments you guys want to talk about as well. Okay, so I read, like I said earlier, I read Leonardo, #1, and TMNT Adventures, #1. So I want to talk about Leonardo. Actually, I want to talk about this real quick. So this was very kiddish. It was an Archie Comics. I was reading it, and it felt like the first episode of the TMNT cartoon when it first came out, almost like word for word what was said in the first episode.
Wow.
And it was drawn very little kiddish to me. But we did have the first appearance, Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang, or at least the first appearance of them. So that's cool. But the story overall is just, it wasn't written by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, so I didn't really like it. It felt very, just like I said, very childish. I read it just to read it, but I didn't like it.
Well, you can send it to me then.
No, I'm not going to get rid of it. But what I will say I did like reading was Leonardo #1. So,
I found mine.
There you go. So even though he's colored in on the cover, this is a black and white story that goes with their original TMNT run, which this is after issue 9 but before issue 10. Yeah, they still have the tail. It's not a wiener, it's a tail. It's really good. So basically, Leonardo is just running through the streets, trying to get back to April's apartment or house or whatever. And Kenneth Bird, what's up, brother? Back. All right. And he is having to fight all these foot soldiers and all these other people. And it's snowing. It's Christmas time. And people over the other turtles and Splinter and April at April's apartment are putting together the tree and the meal. A lot of the turtles aren't even wearing their bandanas, which I guess at the time they only wore their bandanas when they went out to fight. And there's a lot. Basically, the only words are when they're talking in the apartment. Everything that Leonardo does, which is always the top half of the paper, which is 75% of the paper, is just him fighting or going through the streets. No words said. The only text you get is at the bottom strips on each page of the turtles talking to each other about Christmas stuff and wondering where Leo is. And then at the very end, he kind of gets thrown down into this sewage area, very Dark Knight Returns style, where he's surrounded in a sewage area right outside the city. And then all the foot soldiers move apart, and right in the middle you get the Shredder, which is his first appearance back in the TMNT comics since issue 1, where he was defeated by the Turtles. So I didn't realize, I had read it before, but I went back and reread it, and I had forgotten that Shredder makes his return in that issue. And even though there's not a lot of writing in it, I do think it's really good. I can't highlight this. Ryan sent me something here in a private chat. I'll have to say it here. when we get to the end. But yeah, I thought it was really, really good. For being a black and white 30-plus-year-old book, I really, really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it for those that can get it. I think I paid $10 for it at a comic shop in Kansas City. So I definitely suggest it. Even though this is the first appearance, it's probably worth more. I do not suggest this if you're looking for a good book to read.
That's one thing I can say about this IDW run. It is definitely a lot more directed towards an adult.
I'll be right back. You guys keep talking, okay?
I like that. Same thing with like the first volume of Power Rangers. I felt like that was, you know, they looked at, okay, these are the people that's going to be reading this. You know, they're going to be in this age group because they grew up with these series. So they tried to direct it towards the audience they knew would be reading it, and the fact that we're all in our, you know, early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s. You know, so I like that on the IDW run. It was very adult oriented. It's not something that, you know, I would let a 10-year-old read. Probably I wouldn't let my 10-year-old read it. That was, to me, that makes something really good out of something like the Turtles or Power Rangers, where it can be super campy and super childish, and, you know, the nostalgia is there, but maybe it doesn't hold up as you're an adult and get older and you try to go back and recoup the magic that, you know, was there when you were a kid. But being able to pick something like this up and read it and say, oh wow, like this is really cool. This is, you know, a little more than PG-13, something to really kind of hold your attention.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think one of the best things about this IDW run of the Turtles is the fact that, like, they kind of know where it's all going. You know, when they did that first Mirage stuff, that was like on the go. You know, they introduced Shredder. He gets beat at the beginning. He didn't come back till later because they didn't think of him as an important character until he came back, you know?
Right.
Whereas now they know, like, we can introduce him here and bring him back later and build toward that, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the biggest benefits this has had is, like, they've gone into it knowing what the audience is, who they are, how old they are, what they're interested in. They know what the story is, who the characters are, where they go, where they need to come in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And they can build, like, this very, like, I mean, every issue of it's really good in its own way, and then it introduces elements of the 4-part trade collection version of the story. And then you also get these elements that might come back like 10 and 12 issues later, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really well written.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, you don't literally see the Shredder in this series until issue 10. I mean, you see Oroku Saki a couple of times in the beginning, but you never see the Shredder until, well, the end of issue 9, very last page, you see the Shredders there. But so it kind of left me, you know, the suspense continued to build because I'm like, okay, I get it. Old Hob is the bad guy, but we see the foot, so we know he's coming. His presence is there. We get Krang throughout the series up to that point. He's there. But you only see Krang once, you know. You see the robot a lot, but you only see Krang once in 2 panels. So it's just kind of like really leaving you wanting to see that familiar big bad. Give me the Shredder now, please. When is it coming? And I mean, crap, you actually you saw at one point Raphael, I believe in issue 9, actually stabs a guy with his sai. I mean, I've never seen that before. Like I said, it may, and I'm sure he's done it probably in the Mirage series. I have not picked up those trades and read that. Obviously, I don't have a number 1 to read, but seeing that, you know, he actually stabbed a guy, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, because there's no way these guys are fighting these guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, you know, they're fighting these guys. You got one guy with sais, you got another guy with katana blades, and nobody ever gets stabbed, cut, nothing. You know, Donnie's beating people up with a stick, and Mikey's got his nunchucks. So, like, yeah, okay, I can see those not drawing blood every time. But how you got 2 guys running around with 4 sharp blades and nobody ever gets decapitated, cut, limbs dismembered, none of this? You know, so when I saw
the ninjas, man, they got the ultimate control.
I have heard the IDW series, anything involving Kevin Eastman or Peter Laird, like in terms of writing and all that, is like exponentially better for like adults that like Ninja Turtles as kids, because it's not too much like this book where it's just all childish stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can read this to my daughter and she would love it, but I
Yeah.
thought it was not good. I want more dark stuff, kind of like if they made a Power Rangers movie, I'd want it to be a little bit more dark versus always so campy.
Let's say the last Ronin, that is going to be, very Dark Knight-esque and very Frank Miller type writing is what he said. But it's going to be like some rated R stuff. They say it's going to be very adult oriented and very, very dark. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, which is another reason why I could see them using Raphael, because I don't see how. I mean, they would have to literally change the DNA that they have built Mikey with to make him fit into that.
Well, that DNA was built by the TV show because he was different in the original series. All of them were a little bit different. They made them all like goofy and kind of dumb.
But I guess what I'm saying is like anybody that knows the Turtles now, like that's their mindset. That is how they picture Michelangelo as, the silly guy playing video games, reading comics, eating pizza. So to make that work, I think it would be a little bit more difficult because there's a lot of people who don't know, the original stories, and they only have one perception of each character's attitude. So I don't know. I'm pumped to see how they do it. Either way, I can't see how it's not gonna be good for sure.
It looks so good. I'm not excited about the $9 price tag, but
it's just for issue 1.
But I mean, if we're getting 200 pages total for a 5-issue series, we're paying $45. I think it's gonna be good. So we're about to do this giveaway. You guys have anything else you guys want to talk about before we do this giveaway?
No.
Okay, so this is what I would like you guys to do. And I want you to put in the comments in the live chat here that you want in. Let me know you want in on this 5 free comic book box that I'm willing to do as a giveaway. So let me know you want in. I'll give everyone 5 minutes to say that they want in, and I'll start making a randomizer. Ryan, Dustin, you guys want in? Yes. Yes.
Sure. I don't know. I'd feel kind of bad if I won and somebody in the chat.
I won your giveaway, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you in there.
Okay.
So let's see, everyone in the chat, if you want some free comic books, go ahead and put in there that you want in on this giveaway, and we will put you in there. We'll wait another 5 minutes before I run it. I appreciate everyone for hanging out with us every single Thursday. We've only missed I want to say like 1 or 2 so far this year. We're already to May. All right, so.
And considering how this year has been.
Yeah, for real. All right, so let me go ahead and start going through this and move this over. All right, so Dustin and Ryan are in. Adrian Panda is in. Don says he wants in. John likes those free books. Don's Kids is what I'm going to name it. Aggressive Relaxing. I just tweeted out there as a giveaway. Appreciate that. Do you want in Aggressively Relaxing? Aggressively Relaxing is also a Power Rangers fan. Nostalgia Junkies. Hello. You also want in. We'll get you in here. Warlord wants to be in as well. All right. Kenneth Bird, I want in your giveaway, please. Okay. Kenneth Bird. All right. Tori Tate. Let me take a shot at it. All right, Tori. Tori Tate was fun when we had him on 2 weeks ago. I enjoy that. He's a good person. Aggressive Relaxing does want in. All right. Okay.
If Justin wins, instead of sending him comics, just send him like a couple of Funkos. I think he would like that better.
Mark Spector is back. Mark Spector Comics wants in. All right. This is Adrian's wife, so put him in twice. Adrian's wife. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm going to go ahead and be that because Adrian lives pretty close to me. I'm sure this is Good. Phil Alien, hello. Phil Alien wants in. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We got Southern Comic Geek. Southern Comic Geek wants in on this free giveaway. Okay. Tank, you want in on this giveaway? Let me know. We got 3 minutes left to let me know.
Captain Ira.
What's in your giveaway? So I'm giving away 5 free comic books, mystery box, sending out tomorrow if you win my giveaway that I'm doing tonight. This felt like doing a giveaway. We didn't do a show last week. I felt a little bad about it. And I'm getting up there in subscribers. I'm at 758, which is not 800 by 2 Brothers standards, but you know, it's all right. Let's see here.
Not bad considering you're keeping up with 2 people.
There you go.
Does your wife not want in, Adrian? Let me know. God Tank, let me know if you want in, brother. We're going to wait another 2 minutes.
Yeah, God Tank said he wants in.
God Tank wants in? Okay. All right, we'll get God Tank in here. Okay. Who else? Anyone else want in? Let me know if you want in
Phil?
this giveaway. What's that?
You got Phil Ailing?
Phil Alien. Here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share screen with what I have so far. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see it now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Dustin, we got Ryan, we got Panda, Panda's wife, John, Nostalgia, Warlord, Kenneth, Tori, Aggressive Relaxing, Justin, Mark, which is David, Phil, Southern Comic Geek, God Tank. Okay, I did put her in. Let's see. Anyone else want in? I'll wait another minute and then we'll go and run this. Just put her in as Panda's wife.
Justin, I'm going to buy you an Omega Red Funko if you keep it up, bro. I promise you. Keep it up. I will have a custom 10-inch Omega Red Funko made.
Dude, I want to get a new TV. I want to get a 70-incher before football season. Because right now we're rocking a 47 in our living room, and that's just not big enough.
I want to take my 60-inch and bring it up here. So, right now I'm using a 40-inch as my monitor, and I still can't see it real good. I'm told my wife I'm going to bring my 60-inch up here, buy a new one for the living room.
I want to get a 70-incher, so I have the biggest one in the neighborhood. I know my brother-in-law who lives down the street will get a 75-inch. But
Nick's got like a 75. That thing is huge.
my neighbor sent me a message today saying that you can get. Let me pull it up here really quick. You can get a 70-inch for $578 at Walmart. So Perry Comics, you want in on this giveaway, bro? Let me know because I'm about to run it.
He doesn't read. That dude's stuck in the gulag, whatever that is. He keeps talking about it.
So, damn 6 inches. No, I want a 70-inch. That's what I want. Bigger is better.
Yeah, that's what she said.
It's always better. Let me know, Perry, if you want in, and then we'll go ahead and run this randomizers just for free. 5 mystery books. I just felt like doing it. Library of Comics, let me know if you want in, man. I'm about to run this giveaway. It's free. Just put in that you want in to enter to win 5 free mystery books, and I'll go randomize it, and then I'll send it out. How tall is New Guy? His head is almost touching the ceiling. I think
6 foot even.
I was gonna guess 6 foot, 6'1". Dustin, about the same height, right? Short,
I'm like barely 5'7", bro.
dude. You're short.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's how you can bench press so much because your arms just go.
That does help.
He likes to watch more. That's a weird comment to say.
He's one of those weird freaks.
Library Comics once in.
Sitting in the corner with his dominoes.
Okay. In events, Long Beach Comic Expo. All right. No one else said they wanted N. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna. Wait, hold on one second. I gotta put this over here. Okay. Okay, let's randomize this. Roll dice. 6. Okay. All right, here is my list. We got Dustin, Ryan, Panda, Panda's wife, John, Nostalgia Junkies, Warlord, Kenneth Bird, Tori Tay, Aggressive Relaxing, Justin, Mark Spector, Phil, Southern Comic Geek, God Tank, Library of Comics. We're going to go and run this. Appreciate everyone for hanging out, talking some Power Rangers, TMNT, the Argus, all sorts of fun stuff. We've had a good time tonight. That's 2, 3, 4. And this is, I've done it 5 times. So the winner, if you win, please DM me on the old Instagram. Send me your address. I'll send this out to you tomorrow. The winner of the free 5 mystery box, 5 mystery comic books box is Southern Comic Geek. You have won, my brother.
That awesome Rye profile pic. That's
Yeah,
what made
he's
him
a
win.
huge Valiant fan.
Dude, Southern Comic Geek
Yeah.
is awesome. I love his videos. Really nice guy. He's
I
always
got to meet him last week.
I appreciate you. Southern Comic Geek. Says 6 times. I did 6 times. Southern Comic Geek. Hit me up on the old Instagram and give me your address. I'll send it out tomorrow. So, what Dustin? You should go Wolverine roll there, Shorty. Wolverine roll. Oh, ROLE is what he means. There we go.
Whoa, wait, that explains a lot.
Yes,
That's why you're obsessed with Wolverine. Isn't he supposed to be 5'7"?
He's very short. Very short.
I'm more of a Sabretooth fan, so I guess Wolverine's a favorite by.
For sure. Yes, congrats, Southern Comic Geek. Congrats, Southern Comic Geek. Appreciate everyone for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep.
I like doing this show with you guys. It's always fun hanging out with you guys talking comic books. Do you guys got anything else you guys want to talk about before we end our show tonight?
No, I want to go research more about this Last Ronin so I can
Yeah.
develop my theory.
Watch my video and then read about it. And
Yeah. I watched your video, but I haven't seen anything else about it, so I don't know what specifics they've given out.
everything I said in the video is all IDW has said. So I read the press release word for word. Dustin, what do you got going on your channel coming up in the next week or so? Yeah, Southern Comic Geek, you won, brother.
You did.
Yeah.
So this weekend we are going to be on a couple of different channels. One of them I'm not allowed to talk about right this second, but we got a couple things going on this weekend. I'll be with Nick. Hopefully we're going to do some recording. We've got a new way that we are doing reviews on comics. So we're going to start with the Venom Lethal Protector series. So as soon as Nick's finished editing that, that's going to be out. We did just drop the Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge review on our channel. That was a pretty in-depth review. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can find that on there. It was a really cool movie. And I got a couple of other videos that I've recorded that should be coming out soon. I did a video that's coming out of basically what my whole Funko Pop collection is right now since I've jumped into that. But yeah, not a whole lot right now. We just got a lot of stuff we're working on. So hopefully in the next few weeks it'll start flooding in. But right now we're just kind of working on getting some stuff recorded and getting editing done. So
nice. I think I'm going to announce a giveaway starting tomorrow as I get closer to 1,000. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Hope I get there. Give away something real cool. Probably announce that tomorrow.
Batman.
I think I'm going to do a DC comic book, New Comic Book Day preview like I did for this week, but I waited till the day before. This time, a couple days in advance. I think we're supposed to on Saturday. Sunday, me and 2BrothersComics are going to rank the top 10 MCU movies. We're going to give our top 10 on the MCU. So I think that's my schedule. I put out almost a video every day this week, which has been a lot easier for me to do now that I'm at home. With the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be really busy with work as we're in the school year. But after that, the summer, I'll be going right back to posting a lot more over the summer. When I'm at home more, it's easier for me to post stuff because obviously I'm at home more. So,
you reminded me. You might want to tune into our live stream on Saturday night. we've been doing a top 10 ranking with Justin Birch at the end of our live streams, and we've done a really good job at making people angry and upset and wonder what's wrong with our brains every week. So this week it will be one you will enjoy, because we're going to be ranking Batman's top 10 villains. So somehow I'm going to get Sabretooth on that list, and we're going to see how that happens.
That Mortal Kombat movie went hard.
Yes, it did.
Ryan, Dustin, thank you for hanging out with me, as always, on our Thursday night chat, our powered up comic book reviews. Thank you to everyone in the chat for hanging out. Congrats to Southern Comic Geek for winning. And yeah, Ryan, go ahead and say goodbye. Dustin, you say goodbye, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, yeah, check me out on Instagram. I'm usually posting about whatever I have going on at the time. I've been doing a lot of Power Rangers and Super Sentai stuff. I do Ninja Turtles things and a lot of stuff with Steve. So check me out. Most of my stuff's on Instagram at Nuexguy. I'm on Twitter under the same handle. So check me out over there as well.
All right. Dustin.
And you can find me and my brother Nick on our channel at 2BrothersComics. Same thing on Instagram at #2BrothersComics. We will be doing our weekly Saturday night Babylon this Saturday. We're going to talk stuff we picked up this week, current comic book news, and we're going to be doing our top 10 Batman villains list. So come see how we wreck that and mess it up. And as always, collect your way.
Nice. I'm going to go and say this really quick because Ryan said it earlier and I didn't say it. Power Rangers schedule is as follows. Go-Go Power Rangers coming out May 27th, number 31. Go-Go 32 is coming out June 10th. We get TMNT Power Rangers number 5, the finale, June 24th. Or wait, am I reading that wrong? Wait, okay. Power Rangers, I'm just going to go and read this. Power Rangers schedule is as follows. 5/27 for Go-Go 31. Go-Go 32 is June 17th. Power Rangers TMNT number 5 is 6/24. You should not put when Power Rangers 50 comes out?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I think it's the next week after that.
I think it's the next week. I think it's the next week. All right.
Yeah, I think they have them all ready to go, so they're just supposed to drop back to back to back.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Oh no, number 50 is on the 24th.
Number 50 is on the 24th.
Yeah.
Number 5, Power Rangers number 5 is the 17th. Go-Go 32 is in the 10th. Go-Go 31 is on the 27th. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh, they also have a volume 11 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers volume in there. That's more.
Yes. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you, Ryan, Dustin, as always. And remember,